Okay guys, welcome back. So in previous video we discussed like how we can get the records from the database using the Postman services. And today we are going to discuss like how we can post, or you can say we can create a new resource in the database. And I will give you a brief idea about the put and delete as well, right? But with the post, most of the things will be clear to you. So I have written most of the code here so that we can save some time, and I hope you are aware about the code now. So I just avoided that thing to do, like to write the code while I'm recording it. So I will explain you that what this code is. So here you can see like earlier when this code was there, then you can see like it was public void post. But now I have added this HTTP response message, right? Why I have added this? Because if you don't add this, then what will happen that your postman will not be able to get any status response. It will not be able to know that what happened, right? It will simply get a dummy record, sorry, a dummy response, right? So if I write like void rather than HTTP response message, I'm just writing it as void, and I'm just removing this piece of code. So I will show you that what it will return to the postman, right? So first understand this code. So I have again created a student DB representation from this class object. This is the instance of this class, student DB representation, which I was using for the get record as well. And here I have called a new function create update new record. I have created a new record here, a new function here. The name is update create update new record, and it's a very simple function. You just need to take the instance of the student data class, and you just need to add it to the student data. And what is the student data? I already told you in the previous video as well that it's declared here. Sorry, yeah, it's here. It's DB set. Is can everything can be done through this student data set as well, only with this data set. This is available to you through the entity data framework. When we added the entity object, entity framework reference, then this piece of code was generated when I added the student DB entity. All right, so we did that yesterday. So if you want to know that how that can be done, you can just visit my previous video which I just uploaded yesterday. Okay, so let's go back to the student DB representation, and here I have added this create update new record, and here I have just call the add function on this student datas, that DB set which was there, this one. On this DB set, I have called this add method. With the add method, this will be added to the temporary storage, and after that, it will be updated in the database when you will do the save changes, when you will call the save changes function. Okay, so if it is fine, I mean if it creates the data in the data row in the database table, then in that case it will return 0. Otherwise, if any exception comes, then it will return 1, right? But here what I'm doing, like I'm not returning anything to the postman or the client, or you can say the client who is calling this API is not getting anything from my client, from my REST service, right? So what will happen, let's see there. So this is my postman. Let's run this first so that I can use the postman. I'm just running this, and then I will just use the postman once it is up. So this is up and running now, and now I will just first do a get so that I'm ensured that everything is fine and working like earlier. So the basic thing, I'm able to get it like, okay, so here you go. Everything is here. So there are 10 records, I guess, and all these records are available with me. And now I will do a post. Okay, so when I'm doing post, you need to take care of like body, it should be JSON, and in headers, the content type should also be application JSON. So let's come here and add a new record here. Just give 0 here. We are going to create a new resource, or you can say a new database record in the database table. And here I'm going to give a new name. Name should be like Tinny Walker, and it's Gerard Street, and then it's the course is music. Okay, so let's do a send here. When you do a send here, it will come here. Let's just do a quick debugging here, and you will be able to see that the record has been saved in the database and it is returning 0, right? So if it is returning 0, then I am doing a response like this, but I'm not returning any response. So if I'm not returning any response, then what will happen? This postman is getting 204 no content, right? Which is not good. We should be able to tell the client that what is the status of his request, right? So what we can do here, just need to stop it before I do any code changes. I just need to add this response type as the return type here, and I just need to uncomment this return, right? Let's run it again, and now we will add a new resource. Before that, I need to show you like what I have done here. You can see that I have created an instance of response HTTP response message, and I have created a response by default as exception failed. In case my operation of adding the new record fails, right? If this function fails, I mean any exception occurs while dealing with the database, then my return code will be exception failed, which is 417. You can see that. But if everything is fine and the return code is 0, which is the success, then in that case, my return code will be 201. So if this return code will be returned to the postman or to any client, then that client will be aware that yes, whatever I requested, that request was completed successfully, right? So I hope this has been started now. So let's use the postman again and do a new resource here. Student name, I am going to give like Girish, and he lives in Delhi, and he has and he is in the course of history. Okay, so let's do a send, and once you do a send, that's done successfully because return code is 0. So now the response would be 201, and now I will do an F5 and let's see what happens. Okay, so here it comes. Here you can see like postman has got the response 201, which means that resource was created successfully. You can see the description. The request has been fulfilled and resulted in a new resource being created, right? So that's it, and let's verify the record in the database as well. Let's run the query, and you can see that the last record is Girish, Delhi, and history, right? So this is the way you can add a new resource and you can add a return code as well. All right, so this was about the post method. Similarly, you can do the same thing for the put method. Put method is basically used for updating a new resource. Oh, sorry, updating an existing resource. You give an ID and then you give the you provide the value, right? So both things you need to provide from there, from the postman. So it would be like ID, and then here you need to provide the resource, right? The structure in the JSON format, right? So the code will be same, and in fact, update new record can also be used for the put method as well. So that would be easier for you to understand. And here I have also given an example of delete. All right, so if in case of delete you are providing student data, and here also you need to provide this int ID. So here it will come like int ID and then student data value, and let's compile it. Okay, so let's see what happens. Here I have done one mistake in the remove the record. So this is remove the record. This has been written again in student DB representation, right? But I have left one mistake here so that it gives me exception, so that you can see the other response code, which is the exception failed as well, right? So when I will delete the record, this will fail and it will return the response as 417, which means that some exception occurred, and that will be visible at the postman end, right? So let's run it again and let's do a delete this time. So in the remove the record, before that, let me show you that what function I have written here. So this is the other function, remove the record, and if any exception occurs, then in that case I'm returning 1, and in case it is fine, then I'm returning 0. And to remove this piece of code I have written, again the same student data I have used to remove the record from locally, and then as soon as you will do save changes, the record will be deleted from the database. Okay, so let's see what happens if I delete record. So let's run it. Okay, so it comes back and let's do one delete here. Before that, I need to check a record. Suppose I want to delete a record. Greece 1012 is the student ID and rest of the things I have already given. So in the previous one, so I just need to give it like delete and 1010, sorry, 12, and again it's 1012, right? So now let me do a send here, right? Why I have written 1012? Because this is the protocol to call this, right? So let's do this and let's see if it comes here. Okay, it comes here. So ID is 1000, ID should be 1012, should come like, okay, so I think, yeah, it's ID 1012. And again, the value which I need to delete is Girish, Delhi, and history. But I have done one mistake in this, remove that record. So this will throw some exception. So let's go and let's see what happens. So as soon as I did remove, it gave me the exception. It came here and it returned the return code. So just to show you like what it will look like when it returns some exception, I have done this change. So this is again the same code which I have written here, but it was like in case it is okay, it is fine, it was able to delete the record, and in that case I was returning status code dot okay. Okay, so let's see what happens. It is returning response, and let's see what response comes here. It's 417 exception failed, right? So I hope you understood now like how you can do this, and you can do the same thing with the your put function. You can do the same thing with the put function, and there you can use the same function, create, update new record, right? So that way you can do this. And now let's see what is the meaning of this. This is 417 exception fail, and why we need these kind of things, because whosoever is the client, whether it's Postman or whether it's your own application, he should be aware like whatever he has requested or whatever he wanted to do, that was done successfully or not. If that was not done successfully, then he need to do some he need to take some actions, right? So every status code should be available to the client with respect to the REST API that we are using, that we are calling, right? So this was all about for today's discussion, and I hope you are aware now like how you can write your own application if you want to. Uh, if you want to write your own set of APIs or any web service in ASP.NET, or you can say of any web application in ASP.NET which is using the REST APIs, then if you are aware about any of the languages like AngularJS, or you can say any other language, JavaScript, which uses the REST APIs, and then you can just make a call to your service, and then you can just display the records on your client. Okay, so I will start about AngularJS with REST API, so that we can see that how we can call the REST APIs for this to this service. We can make a call to this service using the REST API calls, so that we can get all these records in our applications, right? So till now we are using this Postman, but now I will work with a client application. So that client application may be an ASP.NET web application, and that client application may be an AngularJS application. So I will give the demo on the AngularJS. So we will just discuss about the AngularJS and how it can use the REST APIs in coming videos. So that is all for today's video. So please like my videos, please subscribe my channel, and just share this with your friends, and you will be able to get number of things here. You can go through my channel, and you can see that on our channel you can see that there are videos related to the algorithms as well. There are videos related to the C sharp, there are videos related to the C++, 14, 17, and all that, right? So just go through them and let me know if you need anything else, or if you want like anything else should be added to this channel, right? So that it can be more useful for you. Okay, so we'll meet soon. Till then, have a nice day and bye bye.